Hi, world. I quickly wanted to share this article with you that I just read in The Independent, which is a British online newspaper. By owning a pet, you are doing more damage to the environment than you might realize. Truth telling about pets can be a painful process, but cats and dogs, particularly, are having a devastating impact on the planet. This is what I've been saying now for 3 years. This article was published recently in May of this year, 2021. When pets can emit twice the carbon emissions of our home's electricity and kill up to 200 million wild prey in the UK alone every year, we cannot stay silent. Unfortunately, in many cases, pet ownership is simply another form of destructive consumerism. It tells me to please register for free to continue supporting us. When this happened, I simply refreshed the page, and doing so allowed me to continue reading. Continues, for obvious reasons, truth telling about pets to friends can be a painful process, but it is not something we should shy away from. The People's Dispensary for Sick Animals conducts an annual survey of UK pet ownership. In 2019, they found that 50% of adults own a pet, with a staggering 10.9 million people owning a cat, up from 6 million in 1981. These figures increased during the lockdown. The Kennel Club reported a 25% rise in pet registrations, with people buying pets on impulse for company during lockdown. Many of these are now being abandoned as people go back to work. The Mammal Society estimated in 1998 that 63 million small mammals, frogs, and snakes, and 27 million birds were killed every year by UK cats. When you speak out about the devastating impact cats have on wildlife, cat worshippers will tell you, but that's what they do. Cats hunt. It's the circle of life. Oh, do you want to ban all predators? You want to ban lions? You want to ban this and that? No. I don't have an issue with predators. I have an issue with invasive species. Cats and dogs are invasive species. What that means is that they have no natural habitat. They did not evolve to live in harmony with the other creatures in their environments. Other predators exist in harmony. They can maintain a balance in nature with the other creatures. Invasive species do not. They wipe out other species. They drive them to extinction because they don't belong in that ecosystem. There is no ecosystem on Earth in which dogs or cats belong. House sparrows, blue tits, thrushes, and blackbirds are among the most common killed. Another UK study estimated that each cat kills 18.3 wild prey each year. This would equate to 200 million wild mammals and birds killed in 2019, including 54 million birds. Of real concern is the vulnerability of endangered bird species in habitats close to urban cats. When some species are down to the last few dozen, every one lost to cat predation may be a final step to extinction. Sometimes I wonder if people even know what extinction means. Extinction means that a type of animal is no longer living or existing and never will again. It is lost forever. Why do dog and cat worshippers, these supposed animal lovers, not care about this? They don't care. The study also showed cats only consumed 24% of their prey. 28% was brought home to their owners, and the rest just left where it was killed. Another 9.9 million of us own dogs. While the impact of one dog or cat may not be huge, The collective impact of the UK's 20.8 million pets and nearly 250 million globally is enormous. I have designed my garden to be nature friendly. During lockdown, a dunnocks nest perched on the ivy swaddling my garden shed gave me enormous pleasure as the parents flew in and out feeding their young just a meter from where I sat reading in the sun. Until, of course, it was ravaged by one of the neighbor's numerous cats. I was heartbroken. Well, the same thing happened to me and a robin's nest in my yard. Likewise with my frogs, the author writes, a parade of cats sits patiently by my pond, waiting to devour any frog that mistakenly emerges to rummage in the hedges. I had not known that frogs scream until one day I heard a heart-rending screech, and a frog leapt onto the paper I was reading on the grass, fleeing from the cat hunting it. It amazes me how these so-called animal lovers, these cat worshippers, do not care at all. They don't care. They have no care whatsoever for wildlife. No empathy whatsoever for these wild animals. But it's not just wildlife. 20.8 million dogs and cats consuming just 1 tin or unrecyclable plastic package of cat food per day results in 7.6 billion containers being manufactured each year just in the UK. Add to this another 3.6 billion plastic bags for picking up the estimated 1.2 million tons of dog poop. And then there is the issue of disposing of 200,000 tons of cat waste. Most clumping cat litter is made from bentonite clay, which is an unrecyclable mineral mined using open cast strip mining, which removes trees and soils to get at the clay. This is a very destructive process, very destructive to the environment. Then, of course, there is the actual high carbon, high cruelty fish, chicken, and meat that goes into the tins and packets that eventually produces the poop. Again, dog and cat worshippers care not one iota about these tortured animals. The meat content of dog and cat diets at about 33% is significantly higher than that of the average American human diet at about 19%. This all comes with significant carbon impacts. A 2019 study reported that the average Dutch dog's carbon emissions just for food were up to 1.4 tons and cats were up to 0.25 tons. This is nearly double the annual electricity carbon emissions for the average UK household, just for dog food, and about a third of household electricity emissions for the average cat's food. My tough message is that the UK cannot achieve its carbon goals or protect our remaining scraps of biodiversity if we maintain this unsustainable, huge number of pets. So please, gently tell your friends not to get a new pet or to replace their current pet when it passes to pet heaven, unless they absolutely have to. Nobody has to. Nobody needs a pet. You have a hard time connecting with humans? Find a therapist. Work through your issues so that you can connect with other human beings and enjoy an actual two-way relationship with someone who actually cares for you, because dogs and cats do not. The relationship these pet worshippers have with their pets exists only in their minds. They are delusional. Their cats are not capable of love. Their dogs are not capable of loving them. They don't have empathy. It's all an illusion. Their pet keeping hobby is destroying wildlife. It is destroying the environment, and people are beginning to wake up to this reality. The future is pet-free.